Been associated now with a lot of different kinds of jazz, different kinds of music, which I'm happy about. That's what I always want to do because I like a lot of different things, and the way that I try and approach that is from the standpoint that I'm not going to try and be something that I'm not. I want to, like my identity, the way I think about it, it has to do with the choices that I make, like the musical choices that I make. That's kind of going to, that's kind of who you are. Like in a situation, and this isn't just a musical thing. I mean, like whatever happens in your life, basically your identity is shaped by the decisions you make in different situations you find yourself in. You go through stuff and you have to, someone's gonna zig and someone's gonna zag in a given situation. So, but of course you do have to try and again adjust to the language that's going on. It doesn't alter kind of who you are essentially, but the more you know about, the language, the subject matter at hand. I mean, it's like anything else. Like someone that knows a lot about a subject is going to be able to have a much more interesting conversation about that subject than someone who doesn't. So I try and just familiarize myself with the sound. In this kind of situation, like with Indian, it's such a huge thing. It's not just like a little bit of a different style. It's like a very different way of conceiving of, notes. So I just kind of go on instinct, really. I mean, I don't really make it on that much of an attempt. I mean, I make some attempt to understand what it is, and as I say, like during the day, asking a bunch of questions and writing stuff down, and hey, will you sing that for me? Let me record it so I can check it out later. But when you're actually playing, you can't really do that. To get in the space where you're giving something worth giving, you have to kind of let it all go and not think about anything. So I just kind of, in that situation, I just kind of hope that what I'm doing makes sense with what's happening, and also, the reason that I'm there is not. He's not hiring me to play Bansuri, like Hari Prasad. I'm doing my thing, so I'll be me. And what's interesting about it is going to be how we communicate, across a very different stylistic, land. But I mean, this sort of goes for all kinds of different things, like Steely Dan versus playing with, Paul Motion. Everything's free. I was fortunate enough to get to play with Red Rodney, who played with Charlie Parker. I played with, people from a lot of different generations, a lot of different approaches to the music. And again, I just tried to familiarize myself as much as I could with the precedents, with the musicians who had done it before and the decisions they'd made about how to approach it, and then just react kind of naturally and try not to think about it too much. Don't, just be me, and that's kind of all we can do. But it's hard because I mean it's, it takes some courage because you're kind of like, wow, I don't know, the only thing I have to go on is my aesthetic instinct about what sounds good next. That's all any of us have when we're improvising is, does that sound good? Yeah, okay, I think that's going to sound good. I'll throw that out, I mean, when you think about it, it's like, wow, you really are exposing who you are, whether you like it or not. I mean, whenever you play music, actually, whenever you are among people, you're like that, whether you realize it or not, of course. But if you're thinking about that all the time and self-conscious, you're not going to be able to do anything. So So you let it go and you go, "Oh, okay, this is what I like. This is the note I think is going to be best next. Here it is. Hope you like it." Yeah, yeah. Boy, there's a lot of hands.
Is there anything that you do other than music to get in that relaxed state of mind?
Well, yeah. I mean, nothing real scientific. You know, I mean, I'm not. You know, I mean, I do go. Okay, don't think about anything. I'm not an expert in meditation at all. But I do, you know, sometimes go, okay, thoughts, no thoughts for a
Let it
while.
go.
It's very, very hard. Very hard. But I find I benefit just from that. You know, and it could be, I mean, I'm on the road all the time, you know, just sitting on a plane, sitting somewhere in a hotel room, just, okay, turn it all off for a minute. I find that helps, you know. And of course, I mean, you get inspiration from everything in your life. Music is for life, you know. If you're not, I mean, I think it's a natural thing as musicians, especially young musicians learning. I mean, you can get so absorbed in it that it takes over your life, you know. And maybe that's your job for a while, you know, is to let it take over your life. But in the end, you really have to get out of that and be a person first, you know, and engage with people and, you know, figure out who you are, you know, away from your instrument, and not have your identity kind of wrapped up in it, you know. I mean, I don't really have any particular, you know, I like to read. I've got a family that keeps me super busy from home. But nothing special. And I really do love music, so I work on it a lot. And I've kind of grown to accept that. Hopefully my family has as well. Yeah.